We live in an era of movies where anything animated is on the table for a live-action adaptation. We're even getting live-action adaptations of animated movies that are less than 10 years old. I think the biggest question on the internet everyone has is, why do we keep getting so many remakes? I've asked myself that question for a while now, but the truth is we keep watching them. A lot of these classic animated movies age like fine wine, and people tend to hold them in high regard. For a lot of people, the animated movies were a part of their childhood. So studios look at that, snort a line of cocaine, and say, we can make so much fucking money off of these fools. And to be fair, it makes sense. We get excited to see this thing we love in live action form. It makes us feel closer to it because it's been brought to the real world. Everyone flocks to the trailers out of pure curiosity because it's hard not to wonder what these characters and worlds would look like in live action. Sometimes it works out perfectly because the design is spot on and looks well in live action, or we get a Minecraft or Ugly Sonic situation. I'm still traumatized by the Will Smith genie if I'm being honest. Making a live-action remake pulls in the older audience out of pure nostalgia and a younger audience for their first introduction. The Lion King remake from 2019 made over $1 billion, and that movie is just a copy and paste of the original. But most people would agree that it's nowhere near the level of quality of the original. The original animation allows for more expressions that don't always work in a live-action format. I've seen what the fish looked like in that Little Mermaid remake. Is this what we've come to? Is this what we've settled for? I'm all for introducing these stories to a new generation, but we're at the point where I feel that the remakes are coming too soon after the originals. It still feels like it was just yesterday that I went to the theater to watch the first animated How to Train Your Dragon. And from this first trailer, each shot looked like another copy and paste. Maybe this movie can take more liberties with its tone and action scenes, but I worry that it won't offer something new. If we're going to get remakes, I prefer that it offer some new elements while staying faithful to the source material. Disney is the biggest culprit of adapting their animated movies into live action, and that's probably because they have the biggest collection of classic animated films. The crazy part is they've barely scratched the surface on what they can adapt. I guarantee we'll see live-action remakes of Pixar movies at some point in time, and it doesn't stop there. My point is, although we always ask the question, why do we keep getting remakes of classic animated films? It's because we often can't help but watch them out of curiosity. And I'll give credit where it's due. Movies like the live-action Aladdin felt very different from the original in a way. But of course, I'd still take the original because Robin Williams was the GOAT. I'm happy these movies at least keep the theaters open so we can keep getting original films. I'm not entirely opposed to the idea of live action if it means we can get something new. If we hadn't gotten the 2019 Lion King, we wouldn't be getting Mufasa, which is an entirely original story. Sometimes these animated movies can work better in live action format. I personally would love to see an adaptation of The Iron Giant, Treasure Planet, or Atlantis. There's a lot of potential out there for great movies, and I hope the studios take those opportunities. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more content. Hopefully I don't get nightmares from looking at Genie Will Smith again, or those god-awful dwarves that they're adapting. Good God. So, yeah. Bye!